Okay, good morning. Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let's do a little practice. Come join me. Come stand. Might get some blocks today. We'll do a little bit of breathing today. I'm working here for myself, and I'd just like to share this with you. That's all. Just like to share this with you. Plant your feet. May all beings everywhere share this practice. All beings everywhere know the peace at the center of creation. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale over the ground. Lock it. Through the mouth. Inhale. Reach up high. Find 3 planes. 3 planes of opposition, earth and sky, east and west, north and south. Activate this awareness. What does that mean? My jaw relaxes. Good. Let's look at what that means a little bit. So I'm going to isolate my fingers and release. Isolate the wrists, the elbows, shoulders, my knees. Tilted forward at the hip. My knees are bent. And let's play a little bit with the practices, okay? Let's just play. I want your feet to ground. Straighten your elbows. So, however long you have been practicing and whatever level you have been practicing at, whether you're just beginning a practice, you've been practicing for a couple of years, 10 years, 20 years, bend your knees more. Push your heels away. I appreciate sharing this time with you, and I respect your time. Come back to the center. 3 planes of movement arise. There is our sagittal plane, our forward and back. There is our coronal plane, side to side. There is our transverse plane in the twist. All of our movement in the course of the day, whether taking a teacup off of the shelf, walking a dog, carrying groceries, getting in and out of a truck or a car, riding a motorcycle, the body originates its movement in the spine, and it moves in these 3 planes. So let's observe these 3 planes. Let's do some earth and sky and hop. Our work is functional movement. We are yoking breath and attention in the body. and release. Plant the feet, make a little turn. I'm going to make a claw with my hands. Bend the knees and make circles in the knees. Reverse direction. Circling the knees, every circle is a breath. Then lock these knees back. Can you inhale forward? I am making a claw with my hands. I exhale back. Inhale forward, exhale back. Inhale forward, exhale back. Good. Push away, be tall. Beautiful. Planting the feet, make a little turn. Very light. Come back. You know, there is value in exploring lightness of the movement, not just in, activating the power, of the strength. And it is a different dynamic. There is the practice of the lightness, the Shushma Vayam, and there is the heroic practice with the effort, the Vira. They have their values, both. Plant the feet. Let's make circles in the hips. Every circle is one breath. And let's reverse. Plant your feet. Today is June the 5th, 2023. And I'm sharing this practice with you. And I appreciate your time. Come back up. Align this spine. Align your ankles, your hips, your shoulders, and your ears. My shoulder blades draw back toward the spine, into my back pocket, down, without force. Stand there. Feel your feet. Can you ground those feet? Heels. It looks like you're doing nothing. No. Ground your heels. Push the heels down, like 40% of your weight. What about the balls of your feet? 40% of the weight. Toes, 20%. Try that. Jaw relaxing. Can you lift your arches? Can you isolate this awareness? Can you engage the front of the ankle, the top of the foot? This bone there we call the talus bone. Can you draw it back? Imagine you could draw it back through the heel. And so we awaken isolated delivery of attention in the body with breath. And we awaken imagination. Not merely in a general way, but specifically to illuminate actions in the body. Pranic delivery. I'm activating my feet, my toes. Toes are wide. I'm lifting up through my arches. I'm gathering that ankle lock. I'm gathering strength up through the calves, shins, knees. They gather. Muscles this whole circumference of muscles of the femur bones. Lifting up, I can activate pelvic floor. I can activate lowest abdominals. I am building up from the earth up. Good. If I'm engaging root lock, mid lock, mulband, uryanband, if I'm gathered, and my breath, from this diaphragm, it fills the lungs from the bottom. I'm breathing through my nose. I let the breath pour out. Inhale from the bottom. Let the breath pour out. Inhale from the bottom. Let the breath pour out. Feel the length of your spine. Imagine a marionette string, an invisible line drawing us up. So we're gathered at the top, at the top of the head, lifting up. This is kind of raw, I know. This is the way it is. We get spoiled by all of the Hollywood production, all of the pretension. Ugh. The illusion. The screens are the illusion, aren't they? What is it to be present? To be present, what is that? Ground. It's one of the, I would say, one of the main purposes of the yogic practice. To be present to the conditions. To be present to your own conditions, to the conditions around us. Ground. Lift. Jaw relax. Excellent. Big breath. Let's circle some shoulders. Reverse. I know maybe all of this talking is just all too much for all of you at the moment. That's okay. That's all right. Ground these hips. What if we can make circles? But I hope you might have a sense of humor about these things. I try to. I'm not wearing a clown nose, but I'm a clown. And I have news for you. You're a clown too. And guess what? It's a great relief. Let's make big circles. Because you know something? Clowns have been with us through history, just as kings and queens, just as thieves and healers, just as merchants and soldiers. Let's reverse direction. Yes. The clown is not merely a fool. The clown is a character of presence. And it can make us laugh. Plant these feet. Let's observe this coronal plane. I'm going to start with a simple rock of my hips. You know there's a tendency to twist in the hip. Bear weight equally in your feet, push down, and then shift the hip. Not the head and shoulders. Isolate the hip. The last 3 weeks we've been observing qualities of breath, factors of the breathing and the pranayama. Are you breathing today? Are you breathing, letting your breath move you? Good. I'm going to make a coronal plane undulation, starting from the head, through the body down to the feet. Do not go fast. Okay, so what if we take the hips over as far as they can, and let's begin and break it down so that you don't feel lost in it, or, yeah, so that you can feel good. I'd like for your hips to reach over as far as possible, and your head opposite. You'll notice the ear up and an ear down. Keep the plane. Do not turn your face down or up. Keep this all flat. Coronal plane. Lift the ear up. Dilate in the neck. Feel the dilation through that open side. It is like the entrance to your crescent moon pose. But here I'm going to make a shift. I'd like for you to bring your attention to the top of your head and reach over with the top of the head. How far can it reach? And then I turn the top of my head up. And now this opposite ear that was down, it reaches out to the side. Look, I have this weird S in the body. My ear reaches over, then the neck reaches over. If my neck is reaching over, the top of the head is trying to pull opposite. My shoulder reaches over. Breathe. Identify any limitations as we go. The underarm, armpit, the ribs reach over. The side of the abdomen reaches over. The hip reaches over. How far over can the hips reach? And the side of the leg all the way down. So what we have tracked is the awareness in these lateral lines. Let's look for the opposite side. My ear is high up into the sky. It's pulling me up. I'm dilated through this entire left side. I'm breathing. The top of my head now reaches over here to the right. I tilt my head. My ear reaches over to the right. The side of my neck reaches right. My shoulder, my armpit, my ribs, side of the gut, the hip, down, 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 reaches over. Can we make these connections? Now, let's just go smooth. Inhale. Inhale. Now, for you athletes and experts out there, I hope you've not been too bored, have not gone away. Bored with the clown teaching. You know, clowns exist in presence. And they fail. And it is in this failure that they advance. And the clown is less than us. In that the clown's status is low. And for that reason, it's safe to laugh at the clown. And this question of status is a silent question, that the clowns can reveal. Clowns live in families. Clowns exist in specific hierarchies. Think of the Three Stooges, right? Moe, Larry, and Curly. But this is true for all the clowns. And they're a reflection of our human conditions. Gosh, you didn't know you were going to get clown yoga today, did you? I tell you what, though, each of us has a clown within us. Every one of us. And the clown is not merely a jokester or a prankster, although they are related. Jesters and fools. Yes. And let's release that. We worked a lot of this coronal plane. Plant your feet down. I'm going to angle my feet slightly, grip, lock, mid-lock. Find length in the spine. I'm going to squeeze my shoulders up. Bend the elbows, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. I inhale it and I empty. Inhale it up. Exhale, empty. Everything dilates, everything contracts. Breathing, closing and opening. Observe what closes, what opens. What are the rhythms of the closing and the opening? Start slowly. Yoke your breath and attention to this cycle of opening and closing. Very interesting physiological changes arise because we touch into the living history of the body. Right. Around. One more time. Fist. Squeeze up to the ears. Inhale. Exhale and melt. Jaw relax. Now, let the hands make light fists. Elbows low and close. Shoulders low. Twist. Twist. Can you exhale over the shoulder? Can you turn your chin and forehead deeply? Can you touch your eyes as deeply back on its horizon as possible? and release that. Good. I'm going to make a fist, place them on my glutes, my butt cheeks, my feet ground, root lock, mid lock, activate. I'm pushing my fists against those glutes. My heels dig in, my feet are grounded. I am arcing in my spine, not merely hinging at the neck, not merely hinging in the lowest lumbar. I am lifting. Lift up. Find your first arc back. Let's drop your chin, lift the chin away. Exhale the chin down to the chest. Inhale back. Exhale that chin to the chest. Oh, yes. Inhale back. Stay there. Good. I'm exhaling forward. I take a big breath in, my chin down. And as I exhale, I reach my hands back. I'm going to lace my fingers behind me and reach, reach, reach. Straighten and lock those elbows. Reach, reach, reach. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Oh, good work. Stay there in it. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Inhale back. Drop your chin down. Reach the hands forward. Look out between the hands. Let your fingertips draw you forward. Easy leverage in the spine. Find your length. Feet through the top of your skull. Align your ankles, your hips, your shoulders, and your ears. Align. Grounding. Big breath in. Isolate your knees. Bend. Bend deeply. Keep your heels down. Bend, bend, bend. Tilt at the hip. Easy lift in the leg so that you can tilt the basin of the hips. You empty the spine. Begin easy. Look, I'm touching the floor, no problem. Knees bent. My heart on my legs, protecting the discs of my back. Find how you can move from your identified stability, your ground, your balance, your alignment, your strength, your wholeness. Find that. Identify that. It's right there. But it may not be the habit of your movement. The habits of the body we take for granted as being aligned, as being correct, as being the ground. But your foundations, simple foundational work, from that everything can arise. So my feet are grounded, my arches are lifting, my heels are down, My ankles are engaged. My legs are engaged. My knees are bent deeply, and my hips are tilted forward. Empty the spine forward, empty the neck, empty the skull. Can we begin to straighten easily, lightly? I'm making a cup with each hand. Kumar used to say, like, take the teacup man, turn the teacup upside down and put your hand on the top of the teacup. What if right here, both knees are bent, now I straighten one, bend both, straighten the other one, bend both. If you can, alternate. We bend both knees, straighten one. Bend both knees, straighten the other one. You can go deeply here with good form. If you're comfortable, if you have found your legs waking up, perhaps you can do both. Look, I am not rushing. I'm taking my hands back. Good. Let's observe. The front of the leg, this anterior line up through the hip, through that iliopsoas to the spine. I'm working this compression here. I'm pulling my gut back to the spine, creating a hollow at the top of the leg, folding. Good. I can leave my knees bent to begin. Take the right hand onto your hip. My knees are bent. My left hand cups. I straighten the right leg. I lift the spine out. Let's revolve. Revolve, revolve. Revolve. If you're fully revolved, try this. Turn your chin and forehead equally up and down 3 times. Lifting in the heart, long spine. My left knee is bent, my right leg is straight, my heart is lifting. I'm revolving on the length of my spine. I'm turning to the right. And I reach up. Now, I'm only reaching up in the sky if I am fully revolved. Don't reach up if you can't. I mean, if your arm is reaching out to the side, to force the shoulder can result in injury. So don't do that. We want to reach and revolve. Now, in the pose, let's breathe. Bastrika. Can you isolate your fingers, your wrists, your elbows, your shoulders? Empty the spine. Same thing, second side. Oh, we're taking it deep down, slow today. Oh, easy fold. I bend both knees, left hand on my hip, my right hand on the ground, cup. I lift and straighten my left leg. I lift my heart. I lengthen my spine. I am breathing. I begin to revolve the spine. I'm going to inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Now, if you can, fully revolve. Reach. Look at your thumb. Drishti. Take a big breath. Isolate the fingers, the wrist, the elbow, the shoulders. Empty. Stack your hands. Grip your feet to the earth. Feel that anterior line awakening through the legs, the front of the ankle, that talus bone at the top of the foot. Imagine you could pull it back through the heel. Good. What if you could, yes, keep that. My knees are close, my feet are close, but not touching. I'm bending my knees deeply as possible. Beyond my toes right now, I'm pulling back in my tailbone. I'm lifting up in my heart. Yes. Now, shoulder blades go back. Utkatasana. Reach away. I have to reach this right shoulder up. Yes. Jaw relaxing. Reach out. Reach out. Yes, breathe it right there. Let's take the hands together, elbows together. Open, close, open, close, open. Breathe and hold right here. Can you turn your chin and forehead into the line of the forearm, vertical forearms? Can you turn your chin and forehead to align with the other forearm? Good. Let's go back and forth. Breathing. Can you exhale and turn? Do that 3 times. Exhale, turn. Inhale, center. Exhale, turn. 2 more. Exhale, turn. To the center. Exhale, turn. Back to the center. Can you do 3 times? In our Utkatasana, can you inhale 3 times to align chin, forehead, and forearm? Inhale. Exhale to the center. Inhale. Exhale to the center. Inhale. Center. Inhale. Center. 1 more. Beautiful. Hands together. Push away. Be tall. Make a light turn. Beautiful. Ground. Align. Isolate your heart. If I'm grounded in my hips, I'm going to make a circle of my spine. Yes. I imagine my heart circling that imaginary line of balance. reverse direction. Oh, so deep fundamentals today. Bring it back. Isolate ankles, hips, shoulders, and ears. Feel that invisible line of balance, as though a marionette's string could draw us up. What if that invisible string could be a line of light through us and shines down a point between the feet? And it is around that invisible line that my heart will circle. I am inviting you to activate your imagination, to illuminate functions of the body. I'm reversing. Beautiful. Ground. What if we could stabilize shoulders down, coronal plane activated? Yes. Isolate your head, neck. Isolate the base of your neck. I'd like for you to make a circle from that point. Now, I'm not doing this. Look, see how I'm turning my head? In this, I'm turning my face. It's not about the nose and the face turn. It's about the base of the neck and the top of the head. Circle with breath. Listen to the sounds of your neck. At first, it can be loud. Over time, it diminishes, gets quiet. Reverse direction. I injured my neck years ago. "45 years ago. It caused me trouble for many years. I still must pay attention. Let's reverse. And reverse. So we have been isolating major joints. We've been observing 3 planes of the movement originating in the spine. We've taken 45 minutes without rushing to identify these functions of the body. Come on down to the ground. Good. On all fours. Take a breath right here. Some easy cat and cow. Can you inhale the head up and breathe and stay there? Lock your elbows, fingers wide. My arms directly underneath the shoulders. My knees directly underneath my hips. Exhale down. Arc the back up. Tuck the tailbone under. Excellent. Level your back. Let's make a fist. Breathe it right there. Can you close this fist? Feel the strength through the wrist. Breathe 3 big breaths right there. Beautiful. Go flat. Rock forward and back 3 times. Let's wake up some basic wrist work. It's not only the wrists, because the wrists are a reflection of the channels from the spine. Let's rock it side to side. All of the movement arises from the spine. Yes. Make some circles. You could be eating your Captain Crunch, right? Or popcorn. In the simplest movement, let's reverse direction. I'm making a circle of my shoulders, heart, and head over the ground. Observe the distribution of weight through those wrists. Great. What if right here, we make that fist again? And let's make 3 circles. Let's first rock it forward and back. And then side to side. Notice the distribution of weight in the surface of the hand and knuckles. Now make the circles. Shine a circle down. And I'm reversing. So however you have found to be here today, I want to say thank you for joining me. Good. Let's add on to this. Let's open that fist. Feel, as best you can, the back of the hand down on the mat. Feel the distal surface of the radius and ulna. That's the back of the hand, back of the wrist. Yes. Breathe it for 3 breaths. Take it back up. Same thing, opposite side. Lock it. Open the fingers. Feel the fingernails down on your mat. Good. Make your fist. Let's open one, then the other. So I'm going to open one palm, lock, keep those elbows locked. Fist. Open, lock. You can bear as much or as little weight in those wrists as you're comfortable to challenge. If you're good, you open both and breathe. Close the fist. Open both. Close the fist. Open both. Rock if you can, forward and back. Now you don't have to do that. You can come back to all 4s. Good. I'm going to rock side to side. I'm going to make circles of my heart, shining a light from my heart, shoulders, and head down onto the mat. I reverse direction 3 times. Come back flat in those palms. Oh, you should have a lot more space in those hands, wrists. What if we take this right hand back to the knee? So I've externally rotated my arm, shoulder, fingertips touch the knee, and one arm. I keep both elbows locked, but one arm back, one arm forward. I rock. 3 times, good. Return to center, second side. Rock, rock. These are all really basic moves, foundational moves. And bring it back. What if I take both hands back? 1, 2. Now, I don't have to put my hand flat. You know, maybe it won't go, but maybe that was what your practice should be. You leave the fingertips down and you touch. You touch. You touch the palm down. If you can, you touch both palms down, bear some weight. I'm rocking forward and back. And then side to side. Feel the distribution of the weight. I'm going to make some circles. I'm making circles 3 times, one direction. Heart, shoulders, and head. I reverse. Exhale. Beautiful. If you got that, maybe you can take your hands farther away. You can come back to your primary Chakravakasana. You can come back to all fours. I'm going to rock. You can add on as you're comfortable. I rock side to side. Push away, lift in the heart. Lift in the cobra hood of your back. Let's make 3 circles. And reverse. Come back flat, palms down. What if you could lift your thumbs up first? Lift your thumbs off of the mat, lock your elbows. Now what if, keeping those thumbs off of the mat, you could roll up into your fingers, lifting the palm up, straight, locked wrist and elbow, back down. Keep the thumbs up. Opposite side, up. Alternate. Now, both hands, palms lift up. Keep the thumbs up. Keep your elbows locked. I know I have a tough time keeping my elbows locked. I have to pay attention. Good, I'm going to hold, I'm lifted up, my fingers long, 4 fingers wide. Yes, my thumbs are up, my palms are up. I rock forward and back 3 times. I rock side to side, thumbs up 3 times. I circle my heart over the mat 3 times and reverse it. Good job. Come down flat. Let's sit together. Can you sit, Vajrasana? Can you allow your ankles to be flat, close together with the knees and the heels? If that doesn't work, you know, we want no pain in the knee, we want no sharpness in the ankle, no sharpness. If you have a pillow or a bolster or a block or a towel you can roll up, you can place it underneath your hips and sit back. If your ankles are really what's bugging you, you put that bolster, block, ankle. You put that, you put that rolled up towel, whatever you've got, underneath your ankle, so that you've got this dorsiflexion of the ankle slightly supported. If you need both, you can put one underneath the ankle and the hips. Do what you need to do. I'm seated, Vajrasana. I'm going to empty these arms, shoulders, and wrists. Easy. Emptiness. Practice the emptiness. We've done this before. My wrists and hands utterly released. The nerve pathways of the wrist down. I wish to let go. I shake my elbows and forearms side to side. The hand goes for a ride. At the center, I shake my forearm up and down. My palms and fingers, they go for a ride. I turn my palms up. I shake the forearm side to side. Good. Palms up. I shake the forearm up and down. The fingers, the palms, they release. I'm not doing anything to them. We are isolating awareness. Good. Take your palms, face each other. Shake side to side. Back at the center, the palms face each other. Shake the forearm up and down. Good. Oh, that's lovely. What if, oh, there are more. There are more. What if you could push out in the palm? One palm pushes out, straight locked elbow. I'm taking my thumb and fingertips. I push away. Look, my thumb is not down, it is captured. Push away and breathe for 3, 2, 1. Good. Opposite side. Capture the fingertips and the tip of your thumb. Push away. Breathe for 3, 2, 1. Release. I take my right hand's thumb under the left wrist. I take my fingers over the top and I press. I push out and I'm pulling. With this right hand, I'm pulling back. Breathe for 3 and 2 and 1. Release. Same thing, opposite side. My left thumb under the right wrist. My left fingertips on the hand, the back of the palm. I push out. I breathe for 3 and 2 and 1. I empty. There are more, but you know what? Our time is elapsing. It's coming close. Lie down on your back, tuck your knees, and rock. Let it rock side to side. Pavamuktasana, rolling. Let your head turn with your shoulders as you rock. The head stays down on the ground. Bring it back to the center. My hands separate, one hand on each knee. Exhale, bring your face up to the knees tuck into the forehead. Breathe 3 good breaths. Beautiful. Let your back be flat, the head down, the feet touch down close to the hips. And at first, let the feet be wide, at least as wide as your shoulders. If your spine is a noodle, then your feet go close together and you keep the knees the same distance apart as the feet. Palms down. Let's enter a bridge. Okay, inhale up. Articulate. Tilt the tailbone and lift progressively through the spine. Do not just think hip up and down like an elevator. That is not it. It is a progressive movement activating through all 24 vertebrae to the base of your neck so that the chest lifts up to the chin and the neck will lengthen. Dropping that chin down to the chest. Now you exhale and you articulate down. It's more like an escalator. You know how the escalator steps go one at a time and they disappear? It's like that through the spine, down and up in your bridge. Inhale it up, exhale it down. Beautiful. Bring it down flat in the spine. Take your arms wide like a T, knees to the left. Feel that right there. Over the past 3 weeks, we've been observing breath delivered in the body. Right here. Chaturparvatanasana, revolved stomach posture. Arms wide, knees left. Draw your knees toward your elbow. Let's take this left hand onto the right knee to maintain the frame of the pose. Push those heels out and away. Your head is looking to the left. You breathe. This right arm, if the shoulder is down, that's beautiful. But if it's lifted up, modify. Take the right hand to the ribs. And if you're there, turn the head over the right shoulder. Turn the head back. Turn, look over the right shoulder. One more time, back. Turn the head, look over the right shoulder. Reach away. Breathe it right there. Observe the shape of your lungs with breathing. Every breath. Notice the contractions in the lower left lobe. Notice the dilations upper right. Notice the geometry and the volume of the lungs. Good stuff. Then what if you could imagine sunlight entering the lungs? Prana, life force, activating in us. Delivered into the lungs and into every blood cell, and thus into every cell of the body. Into the bones, into the nerves, into the organs, into the muscles, the skin, everything. Beautiful. Wake up this right arm in the sky. Roll to the left. Empty the body. Empty the neck and spine. Empty the fingers and the toes. The arches and the palms. The ankles and the wrists. The knees and the elbows. Down into gravity. Empty. Release. Look at where you may be holding tensions. Are you closing your fists? Open. Are you locking the elbows? Empty. Are you stacking the knees and gripping from inside? Let one knee reach, the top knee reach over, over, over. Let it melt. The spine itself can revolve. Exhale and empty. Same thing, second side. Come on your back. Knees go to the right. Arms like a T. Look to the right. Take this right hand up to the left knee. Push the heels away. Breathe it. Geometry of breath in the lungs. Number one. Number two, Vyana, pranic delivery. Sunlight, life force into the body, every cell. And if you have that, you can deliver specifically the lateral line up the left leg, through the hips, up the right side of the spine, up the back, to the right shoulder, in the back, the left shoulder, out to the left fingertips. Turn your head, look over to this left thumb. You inhale that foot back line, lateral and back line, up through the spine, to the left fingertips. Your eyes on your left thumb, drishti,
Exhale. Deliver down the anterior line. All the way down. Medial aspect of the left leg, knee, arch, and big toe. Inhale up the back line. Exhale down the front line. Inhale up. Exhale down. Beautiful. We call Nyasa. Specific breath delivery. Wake up this left arm. Roll to the right. Empty the body. I want to say thank you for taking the time to be with me this morning. Empty the body. Survey the body. Come onto your back. Let's make one good bridge posture. Okay? Now you can go from bridge. Can you enter this upward bow? We're going to breathe that. Do your best. Now, if you're not able to lift into your bow, then come down and make your fish. You know how to make your fish pose, easy fish pose. There are many variations of fish, but just do the easy one. Yeah. I'm going to make that upward bow. Inhale the nose, exhale the mouth. Fast. Yes, that's it. Keep going. If you enter your bow, you inhale up. Yeah. Rest it down. Now, if you followed this far on your own, you can turn off this video and take another 5 minutes in your corpse pose, 10 minutes. It would be beautiful. I'm going to open to a random page. Oh, this is what it says to us. Ignaz Eswaran, that amazing translator of Sanskrit texts into English, the man who established the Blue Mountain Retreat Center outside of Oakland in the late 50s. He says this to us: the cathedrals of money are the banks, and the stock exchange is its own temple. Friends took me to a brokerage house one time with lofty ceilings and hushed tones. There was an air of reverence that made me feel as if I were intruding on a sanctuary. Market quotations flickered across the wall like a continuous prayer, invoking the bulls to protect against the bears, and when the Tao went up, it lifted the worshippers into an exalted state of mind. When it fell, they slipped into depressions. In ancient times, devotees inhaled the smoke of burning laurel leaves, or they drank soma to alter states of consciousness. Today, we need only a digital display. Okay. I'd like to say thank you for joining me if you've stayed this long. Namaste, namaste.